Hello and welcome to a Zenez educational video. This is part of our Sunday analysis session. So every Sunday we go through the market, we see what the market is doing, and we look for opportunities in the market of where we're going to trade and kind of the targets we're looking for. Today we will be looking at gold, we'll be looking at natural gas, we'll be looking at oil, and we'll be looking at US 100. And we'll be just predicting where we think the market's going to go. And it's a great way of starting the week off because you're already giving yourself where the supports are, where the resistance are. You can look at indicators and start to build your TA. So let's see what we've come up with. Hello and welcome to a Zenez educational video. This one is going to be on oil. Now, if you've watched the previous videos, you will know what we're looking at and where we're looking for the market to go. And the last video, I'll just recap. I drew this line in and we put in these bits of TA, and I kind of explained how I did not expect the market to break lower than here. Reason being because of the strength of the support historically. Also, if I'm honest, with some of the FA that's going on in the world, it didn't make a lot of sense. And as you can see, when the market sort of opened up, let me just, we'll go to the 4 hour, okay? And so it ended Friday there. And then here we are, Sunday, Monday. So it started to turn. If we come in, so, if you look there, the market starts to spin round, starts to come back up. And then it just slowly gathers support. Buyers keep coming in and they just keep pushing it up. And if you remember what I said at the time, so I was looking for the market to work its way back up, come down roughly around this zone, which it did, break up, possibly retreat back to here around this zone before flying up and eventually taking my target. Now, sometimes you just need a little bit of patience in the market because, there were times where I entered this and obviously it spent a lot of time in a negative. I had a lot of confluences, but you just have to accept the fact that sometimes in trading, nothing is 100% certain. What is certain is how you can grow your account with risk management, compounding growth. So all you need to do really is just, once that trade has gone into the profit area, is you just need to work out where you will be looking. So if you're expecting the market to go up here, you've got two choices. You either hold that trade and navigate your stop loss, or you work a system where you take profit and then you re-input parts of that profit to sort of maximize the amount you can get from the trade, but also make sure that you remain in profit even when the stop loss hits. So for instance, if it hits around this zone, which it's got to, I could basically say, right, I will take 30% of the trade. Taking 30% of the trade off, and it's a 1 to 3, even if the stop loss hits, you've kind of made it now a no loss trade, even with a stop loss. And then what you would do is you would look for a potential position where it's going to come back. So where could it come back to? Possibly, if I'm honest, it could come back almost where the trade was entered. So we could be looking at the market. I'm expecting one or two things. Opens with a break, come back down, even maybe down to this point before gathering strength. But we could see the market open down here and have a little battle and possibly drift down to here and sort of do something like this. Doesn't really matter how it does it. What matters is watching for the signs. So looking for the signs where to enter, but I'm still kind of looking for this zone at the moment. Doesn't mean that I will hold for the exact amount. There are times I do move my profit taking up if I see more power or strength. But generally, I look to kind of release the funds around the level or even a little bit lower, because at the end of the day, I would have made massive amounts of profit, and there's no point watching that profit go back down. If it's there, take it. So on oil at the moment, this is kind of what we're looking at. So let's see how the week goes, and then we can go from there. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, have a look at other videos. We've got quite a lot in there now. Also, give us a like, give us a subscribe. And if you are interested in taking on the course, come find our website at www.zenez.co.uk. You can find a link in the description and come and join the many successful traders doing it. Thank you. Hello and welcome to a Zenez educational video. This one is on US 100. Now, if you remember last week, we were talking about how the market was developing a bullish flag. I also went over how it didn't materialize, so we can take that out, okay? But I'm still looking for this pattern of play, and one thing to point out is where the market is right now. Now, the market right now is literally clinging on to this trend. It's not the main trend, but it is a very strong trend. And we also need to highlight the fact that even though the market has come down right now, it is sat above this level. So we have these two levels here. Now, what I'll be interested to see is when the market opens up, I would like to see it stay around the same, if I'm honest. Don't break much lower than this. If it goes up, brilliant, test this zone. But I'm kind of going to be looking for the market to be sort of bouncing around this zone until eventually it erupts out and breaks out of this. And when it breaks out from here, I would like to see volume, see it fly, and then see it come back down. And at some point, there's going to have to be some kind of correction, because otherwise, it's quite a trend line in terms of the angle, and it's going to be hard for it to sustain, keep bouncing up in here. So to me, this is my exit, and this is also around the area that I'll be looking to see weakness and possibly start mapping in a short zone and where I'm going to go moving forward. But right now, I've only got eyes on this and seeing how this pattern of play goes. If you're an intra-trader, once this breaks through, you're possibly going to be looking at adding in a long. Again, I ain't looking much further than here for the moment. And then you could bring that up depending on what gets developed here, because you don't want to go, right, I'm going to put my, you're not going to go, right, I'm going to put my stop loss there. Because even though we can see that this is the resistance and potentially going to be the support, it doesn't mean a stray wick is going to come through and take stop loss out. It's all really to do with how these candles present themselves, is how we decide where this is going to go. Now, I always emphasize you're looking for 3 to 1s, but there's no point looking for a 3 to 1 with a stop loss. It's going to take you out and the market's going to take your money. If you've got to have a 1 to 6 to compound additional money, you do a 1 to 6. If you need a 1 to 1, you do it. You do what you think is the right thing to do. Now, ideally, we all want the best reward to risk ratio, but you don't do it to jeopardize the trade. There's no point doing it so the market takes you out and then goes in your favor anyway. So at the moment, I'll just leave it like this. This is educational. This isn't exactly what I'm going to be doing, but this is something I'll be looking at. And then we'll see what happens tonight, and we'll see what happens Monday morning. Hello and welcome to a Zenez educational video. if you've been watching the previous videos, you would already know that we were looking at the market coming up, making multiple trades, basically just coming off of the bullish moves that the market was doing. You know, gold has been flying for some time, so it's not really a market you want to look to sell. That said, I did predict a big fall was coming. The big fall happened, but a little bit unexpected, the bounce. Wow. Look at the bounce. Okay, so last week I was explaining how this trade was in a setup. You would look to take profit, you know, around here. It'd be foolish not to. You know, it's gone sort of 50% of the move. I was watching a potential bearish flag. As you can see, it didn't materialize. Now, I've had people ask me, would you be selling within this zone? Well, no, not really. Okay. You're always looking for the breaks and patterns and plays. In this one, I was looking for a solid move down, test around this zone. See that? So it comes down, tests this zone, and then it just doesn't get the strength to come back up because we have another kind of very small zone here. Kind of do that, and then it forces it down. Didn't happen, so there was no trade. Let me just remove some of this. Okay, the next thing that happened is we were testing this zone. Now again, do you look to short? No, not straight away. Of course you don't. You look to see what's happening here. Now if I take this out and we dive in a bit more detail, okay, you'll see like this. You would say we've got these two very, very small zones here. So when the market crashed down, didn't get the strength to come back and test this zone, and it created this floor. Okay. So, and then we break down, and then it's come back up to retest this zone. And look at this curve here. See the way it tries to fall down, and buyers are coming, then pop. Okay, pops above, and then it shows strength. Now, here's the thing in trading. You can look at the daily and the 4 hour to give more positional moves. You know, sometimes you can even look at the weekly, monthly, just to get an idea of what the market has been doing historically, but they're not really trading hours, okay? Ideally, you want to be focused on the hour, 4 hour, daily. But it doesn't mean you can't dive into smaller time zones, because if you're scalping the 15-minute, even the 5-minute, but they're not advised, not unless you're a very good trader, because the movements in the market are so extreme that it can just literally just gobble your money up. So anyway, let's go to the hour. You can see how it's forced its way up. Let me just move it out a bit more, just so you can all see. Forces up, and then it's stuck within this zone. So again, wouldn't really be looking to sell. I know I said I was going to be looking at this zone, but it doesn't mean you enter. Okay, that doesn't mean just set it up and you just enter. Like, you still have to look for confluences, and look again how it just smashes up. Now it creates support here before firing up again. Now unfortunately the market does not look weak. It looks like it's gathered strength again. But that said, we do have an interesting level here where the market for some time has struggled. Even when it broke up, look how it crashed, and then again struggled. This would be the zone that I'll be focusing on, and I'll be looking to see weakness to enter. So I'll remove this, and I'll remove this, and I'm gonna just take this out a minute. So this will be the new zone that I'm going to be focused on. And then we've got this level here. So you want it above there. And you could be looking for a double bottom. But there's a part of me that still says it's going to come down to this level. I could be wrong. I'm not always right. And this is why any trader that tries to convince you that they have a success rate of 99% or anything like this, they're lying. So basically what trading is about is putting in your zones, knowing that this may not materialize. Now, if the market has come down to here, ideally I'll be looking to take some profit, and I will be marking in an additional trade and using partial of that profit. So as long as the market doesn't just keep going up and hits my stop loss, I will always come out with some money because I use risk management. Now I do have a risk management video on YouTube. Obviously we also do the course. So if you sign up to www.zenez.co.uk, you can access the course where we go through everything about risk management, compounding growth. But I have dropped some free videos on the YouTube channel, so check them out, okay? And we'll see how the market goes tonight when it reopens. Hello and welcome to a Zenez educational video. Now this video is on natural gas. If you were watching last week, the market was around this area. So it broke out of the trend here, like it's minor trend, and it built up and it came down. As I said, I was expecting it to come down around this area. But again, what happened is we had an abundance of buyers. So if I open this right up, look at this jump here. You know, it jumps up. Buyers are coming in strong. So if you remember, I said that, you know, I've been looking for the $4 zone as a potential target. Well, that was a good sign for me. As soon as this happened, I mapped this trade and came up. I kind of knew that I had a few areas to watch for, so I thought as long as my stop loss is below here, I should be pretty safe. When I saw this candle here, you see the abundance of buyers. You know, it tried to drop, kind of filled the gap, and then pushed up. And then I had an amazing week, literally buying the NG market all the way up. Target missed by literally, it was about 40 something pips, about 40 pips. But if I'm honest, you know, I took off a lot of money from the market, which you'll see when I post my results. And it's dropped down ever since. Now, here is the next thing. So where is it going to go? Now, at the end of the session, you know, it built support here. So it'd be interesting where it's going to open up. It's really hard to tell because openings are so unpredictable. Now, we're going to see one or two things. We're going to see the market come down. Now, I believe that this is a buyer's market now. So I'm mainly changing to a buying bias rather than the selling that I was in previously. So I'm expecting really for this market to possibly either open down, and it could be anywhere between around staying above 3. But if not, for me, a significant level is about 2.9, 2.92. Well, it's 2.9, 2.94 roughly is quite a solid level, or it's quite a solid zone. So I'll be looking for one thing. Either it comes down to around here and we see a bit of strength form, because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for strength. You don't just come down here and you just buy. You're looking for the signs. Check your indicators and everything. And then I'm hoping to see the market, gather its strength and start to drift back to this zone. Possibly a double top might give it power to drop back down again. But I'm pretty confident that the market is going to be heading towards this 4 zone. The reason I've got this up to around 5 is because I'm looking at something else, and I think that 5 could be a realistic possibility, but at the moment that's a bit off. I think right now for this week we concentrate on getting back to where we were and we see how things go. The next thing is, like I said, it could open up. We have seen it been opening up in the past, so it could open up. But at the moment, yeah, we just need to see what happens when the market opens. NG has been quite fascinating in the way it's suddenly turned, and I can't see it just crashing down now. It's been building too many supports. It's been building too much momentum. There's plenty of indicators to show that the market wants to go higher. It's more about just spotting where it's going to build its next support zone. Now, to me, like I said, I'm looking for those areas, and then we see what happens. And hopefully in a week we see plenty of movement up. And what I would do is I will try to do a recap on Wednesday and review everything, and maybe try and get another video up, see where things are going, and then we can go from there. But yeah, good luck everyone. If you like this video, give it a like. Please subscribe. Please share it with friends and family. If you're interested in taking on the course, you will find a link to our course in the description. We're also giving out free access temporarily for our community, so you can come and join and work with like-minded traders. So take the opportunity. End of the day, trading is an education. You want to be good at anything in life, you need to educate yourself. So do as much learning as you can as possible, and the amount of money that you can achieve is limitless. Thank you.